name is Alyssa.
And I'm Emily, and you're listening to Slash and Slay, a horror podcast.
Happy Monday. Tuesday.
Sorry. Happy Tuesday, love.
Happy Tuesday. Really hope you all had a fantastic week.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. How has your week been?
It's been good. It's been busy. It's been...
Busy gal.
It's been a busy gal.
A busy bee, if you will.
If you will, if I will.
You shall.
I will. How was your week? How was your...
Busy.
How was your B-day?
My B-day was great. My birthday.
Day of buff.
My day of buff, if you will. My mom woke me up at like 6 and was like, come downstairs. And I was like, what? I'm trying to sleep. Because I was like, I'm not going to the gym on my birthday. I'm going to sleep. Then she figured out how to DoorDash stuff. And so she like DoorDashed Panera to our house, which is sweet. And she gave me some gifts. My mom's the best gift giver and really good at throwing parties. Aww. So it was really sweet. And then I worked all day. I had dinner with some friends. And then had some cake. Some cake for Minchies. An ice cream cake. Yeah.
Ooh, I love an ice cream cake.
Because I don't like cake, but I like ice cream.
And I combine it. Now I really want an ice cream cake.
I'll bring you some of my leftovers.
Will you?
Sure. It'll melt on the way here.
Right? It'll literally melt you walking in here.
When I got to my car today after work, it said 113.
Holy mother of God.
Holy moly. Yeah,
Holy
it's
Mother
very
Mary
warm
Joseph.
in here, in this area, in this part of the world.
Quite so.
And then I had another little party on Saturday. I have to tell you about this bookstore I went to.
Yes, tell me.
It's a local bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute. We need to go and just shop.
Shop till we drop.
Shop till we drop. They had this thing actually that was like, I'm sure you could get it like on Amazon, but we want to support small businesses.
Right.
Okay? And it was like a horror book, like one of those coloring in posters where you color in every time you read one of them or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it's probably a whole bunch of stuff I've never heard of, never read before. And then I was like, oh, wait, I've read all of these. Like, they had like a lot of Grady Hendrix on there. Okay. They had some
That's cool. Like more modern stuff.
Yeah, more modern stuff. And I was kind of talking about, who was I talking to? I don't remember. I was talking about Stephen King and how, like, you know, we've kind of fallen off Stephen King, like, but it's also because there are so many more options nowadays.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
It's crazy how one of the like top horror authors at the moment is like Grady Hendrix, like an openly gay man who only writes from a female perspective, you know? So it's like times are a-changing.
And I think too, it's just like now we as women have we have books that are not degrading us or using us as a plot device. You
Stephen King at Stephen King.
Stephen King. Not talking about our periods, like, you know, as if like a man knows, you know.
Not talking about it as if me being on it will cause me to die in this certain situation, right. Mm-hmm. Or like makes me an unclean, dirty gal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with that for sure. So, where was I going with that? Oh, the bookstore. Yes. The bookstore had cute little horror section, and they had like a little bit of everything, which is adorable. And this guy, this bookstore also had 4 little kitties. We love. They were so cute. It had a hidden door bookshelf. What do they even call that? Like a secret passageway? A secret passageway. I know what you mean. It's like a door. Like when you pull one of the books down, it opened. I don't know. I think you could just open it. Like looking back on it, I was like, oh, you could have just opened. But we had been looking at that shelf, and I was like, well, there's like, you know, like it was a nonfiction, boring. Like I was like, time to go. And then all of a sudden, I was like, and somebody walked out from behind there, and I was like, oh my God, like, freaked me out. And then one of the cats ran head first into it, and I was like, oh, they're gonna hit their head. Like, they were running full speed.
Oh my gosh.
And there was a little hole under there for them to go to the back. And I was like, you disappeared.
Cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. The shop was really, really cute, and I hope that they do well. It was a ghost town, but you know, it might just been hot Saturday, which it was. Anyway, this guy comes in to the bookshop, and mind you, this is a very small town.
Yeah.
In the middle of pretty much nowhere off the highway.
Yeah.
And already something about our area is we've produced a few cults.
Absolutely.
A few. You know, the guy who did Waco, what's his name?
Yeah.
David something.
David Dunn? No,
something.
David Dunn was something else.
But he's buried here.
Yeah.
So we've produced a few cults. So this guy should have known, but he walked in. He's like bald. Like, nothing wrong with being bald, but like, he's a big bald guy, and you're like, this is you automatically give off that vibe if you're bald. Like,
right.
A little scary. Like, you know, like, you can also be cute, but, you know, a little scary. A big bald man's coming towards you. I feel like I'm offending bald people everywhere.
You're offending my husband right there.
He's not bald there. Oh, yeah, right there, he's bald. But he looks so sweet. Look at him. He's smiling.
He is very sweet.
Now, if he had walked
but
in
he does,
without...
he has tattoos, and he
has to know what he looks like.
He does, and I think he has resting bitch face.
Yeah, so I have it too. I'm scary, I know. I will eat you up. Anyway, he comes in, he beelines for the horror section with like his child, like runs amok, is dragging kittens around on blankets, like crazy. He goes to the horror section, he's like looking. And then he just turns around and goes to the front desk, and he's like, you got anything on the occult or like cults or anything like that? And we were like, the lady was like, a long pause. And she was like, I don't think so. Like, I can look, I can check.
You're talking about like nonfiction? Like,
I don't know. That's what I was like.
Or like a Bible, like a witch Bible?
I don't know. I was like, did you want like a Necronomicon?
Right.
Like, I don't know what you wanted. A Ouija board? So I was like, already like, excuse me? Like, why is this man asking about this? And then, and it was like the fact that he just like so nonchalantly like,
right.
He was like, hey, you got anything on the occult? You got anything about cults either? Like, I was a little sketched out. And then he's like, oh, well, have you ever done the Stephen King challenge? And the lady was like, no, what's the Stephen King challenge? He was like, when you read all his books. And I was like,
I thought it was going to be like...
I thought it was going to be something different. Like,
yeah. Like,
the Stephen King challenge, you have to read a certain ones or like read... Like, it has to be something. He's like, yeah, you just read all his books. I was like, oh.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
What did that have to do with the occult?
That's why I'm like, why are you asking if she's read every single Stephen King?
Right.
Because it sounds like you have.
And then you're
asking about the occult. And your child is tormenting the kittens. Like, I'm concerned here.
Is this a character from a Stephen King novel
I was
come
like,
to life?
Are we about to be in one? He picked up The Stand, like, immediately. And I was like, okay. He's in for the long haul.
Yeah, seriously.
I just want to be like, there's other things for you out there.
Right.
Speaking of Stephen King, and there's more things for you. But other than that, it's a beautiful store.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was just like...
Interesting the characters she might...
Just like lack of self-awareness and this tiny... Like, the whole store is probably the size of your downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't very... large for a store.
Right.
So it's like I can hear every single conversation happening. Yeah. And he just was like, you got anything about the occult? But
I really am curious what he wanted to know about the occult.
Yeah. I should
have been like, what do you find like online or, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember when in Twilight when Bella just like kept Googling all that witchcraft stuff. And I was like, how'd you even get on the dark web?
Right.
Like, was that even a thing back then?
The dark web.
The dark web.
Yeah, I think the dark web's been around since as long as the web's been around. You know.
You know.
You know.
Do you have any slash and slays?
I do. I have a couple.
Let's hear them.
So, you just want to go back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of mine would be I read The Coworker by Frida McFadden.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you going to read it? Probably, right?
Maybe.
Did you finish the other book?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll get into that, but
say what you need to. I'll forget it.
Okay. She loves a unreliable narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Loves.
Which I do too.
And this was like an extreme. I did kind of like it though, because I think with her books, right, I have to turn off my brain. You kind of have to turn off your brain a little bit. You have to even turn off your like smart detective brain, like
I know,
because
that's what I was about to say.
to enjoy it, because like if you do that, then you really will enjoy it.
Okay.
Like because you will really be like, what is happening? Like if you thought about it really, really, really critically, yeah, okay.
You'd be like, doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, and it's like extreme, like this would never happen.
Right.
But you really have to like just get into the mystery of it.
Okay.
And turn off that brain.
Uh-huh.
Because she does take you on a ride. She'll always take you on a ride. It is always unexpected, but it's usually because she kind of forces it, a little bit to be that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. But do you slash or slay it?
Actually, I slay it.
Okay.
Because I was entertained. I read it quickly.
How was the writing? Was it similar to The Inmate, or was it, you think it was... I mean, she comes out with them so fast. I'm like, when does she have time to improve from one book to the other? It's
right.
Like, I don't know if she's focused on that or just more a plot person.
I would say it's similar to The Inmate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I also have a Frida McFadden Slash&Slay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Alyssa. She gave it to me for my birthday. She got me the book Never Lie, which is the one about this couple. I always say these two couples, but it's just one couple.
One couple.
This couple gets stranded in this mansion, and they find out it was the home of a now missing psychiatrist who was very famous and had a very like successful career, but she's been missing for like 3 years. And so they are like newlyweds, and they're stuck in this thing. They've only known each other for like a year, so she's still learning things about him, and it's from her perspective. And then she thinks that there's someone in the house with them, and she also is like just paranoid that...
Why is that giving the Darcy Coates series?
Oh yeah, a little bit. It was like very like, it just reminded me of a lot of different movies and things that I've already read. Again, she likes an unreliable narrator.
Mm-hmm.
But my problem with it is, where do I know that? I don't know that she's unreliable until the very end.
Right.
Which, like, I need some sort of...
I will say in The Coworker, she does... You get hints throughout.
Okay.
Like... You like a spoiler, right? I mean, this isn't really
fine.
a spoiler, but... Like, the character... The main character... Because it's kind of from two point of views-ish.
Mm-hmm.
One is the main character, the main girl, Natalie. And then the other is from... like an email chain that the person who's missing, Dawn, had sent to her friends. So, and she's talking about like work and stuff. And she's like clearly autistic, but they don't ever like say she's autistic. It's just like she's strange. Like she's like, oh, I always knew I was strange, like that sort of thing. But it's like, girl, you're autistic, honey. But they never...
You're not strange, you're just on a different area of the spectrum.
Yeah, they never, like, really address that. But, The main character Natalie like says something in the beginning about like because they work for this like medicine company or like supplemental company, and she says this thing about like, oh, she takes this Colla Health, which is like collagen, and it helps her hair and stuff grow. So she loves the product stuff, and everyone loves the product. Well, later on, a little bit later on, she's like, yeah, I never take that. Like, I've never, like, I would never take that medicine. Like, I would never take that supplement.
So then you see that
like,
she was
things,
lying
yeah,
or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
The only, like, tell for this one was she was like, just hope he still thinks of me whenever I tell him the truth. And it's like she's holding this thing. But then you find out, like, what it is, like, within a few pages. And you're like, okay. And then it just seems like all of a sudden, like, within a drop of a hat, like, there was not even a chance for you to figure it out. Mm-hmm. Unless I'm just stupid and like didn't pick up on the cues, which possibility. But there was just no chance for me to be like, oh, I think I see what's happening. Because she is crafting the story to be a completely different outcome. And you expect it. You're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. And then for the sake of it being a twist, she completely changes who a character has been the entire time.
Yeah.
Which I don't like, especially if it's like internal monologue first person, because you're like, I know what they're thinking, and all of a sudden they're thinking completely differently. Like, that's weird to me. So that's my problem with it. I did read it in one day because I started it that night, or I guess less than 24 hours. I started it that night, and then it became available in my library, my Audible, so I listened to it while I was at work. So it was engaging and everything.
Yeah, that's the thing with their books. They are engaging, but it's like you really have to put your critical thinking aside. Like,
yeah, but maybe that's what I need to
even
do.
like
because I keep trying to figure out what it's, because that's what I like to do during thrillers and be like, what's it gonna be? But I just need to like be like, well, it's not going to be.
It's not going to be what you think because of logic. It's going to be because she wants you to think
that. Yeah.
So
same with whatever it's called that I read.
The Inmate.
The Inmate.
Yeah. So Slash&Slay.
I think I'm just gonna slay it because I liked it better than The Inmate. I think. It was very atmospheric. I did like the vibes, and it was a mystery. I just don't like I liked it up until the end when it was revealed, because I was like, I don't think that's satisfying to me.
Yeah.
And I think it could have been something different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
And you can read it now.
I can, and you can read The Coworker now.
Okay.
I have it upstairs if you want it.
Slay, slay, slay.
Slay. I also watched a movie. This is a movie we talked about last Christmas. Silent.
Oh yeah, the one that came out last year.
Wait, what was it called? Silent Night. It wasn't
the one where he gets chopped in the throat and he can't talk.
He gets
shot in the throat.
Yeah,
he can't talk. Silent Night.
Well,
right?
I guess he can't talk.
Silent Knife.
I think it's called Silent Night.
Because he can't speak.
He can't speak, and literally no one the whole movie talks. There's radio chatter and stuff like that. But
what's the soundtrack like?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it very awkward quiet, or was it like?
No, there was music. For sure.
Okay.
It was constantly music. So
okay. And you hadn't seen it before.
I hadn't seen it before.
What was it on?
It was on Stars. We had a free trial of Stars, so
shoot for the stars.
Shoot for those stars. It was just kind of ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Just a ridiculous shootout kind of movie. It was really sad. I mean, it was really sad.
Yeah.
The premise of it. Kid Cudi's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
He's plays the cop. I don't know.
Oh,
he doesn't speak though, because no one speaks.
Slay.
The whole movie.
Okay. Not even before the tragedy happens. Nobody speaks.
It starts.
It starts right then.
Yeah. It's just action and sound effects and stuff, obviously, but no one speaks, and there's one moment where he tries and it kind of getting out, but yeah. I don't know.
And it's a revenge story, right?
It is. It's it's a revenge story. He's getting revenge on these there was a drug war, gang war, and his
they were
son was
caught
in
in
the
the
crossfire,
crossfire.
and his little son, like 4-year-old son, got shot. It's really sad, and
That's
he
horrible.
like in the beginning he goes after them because of it. He like chases them down, but then he gets shot
in the neck.
in the throat. So then he's gonna go after the guy who shot him in the throat and everyone else. So he's like
Kinda like
training
Nobody.
and stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
but
kinda
he's
like
not
that.
trained before at all.
No, not at all.
Oh,
So he like learns everything on YouTube. You know,
Oh, okay.
because that's possible.
He didn't like talk to the cops about. I mean, I guess he can't talk. But he could write.
I mean, they were like Kid Cudi was like the detective on the case or whatever, but they didn't. I mean, they couldn't like prosecute or whatever the reason was. I don't even know because
Don't want to
they
mess
didn't
with
talk,
the gang.
So
Oh,
I don't know all the.
you couldn't figure it
I
out.
couldn't figure it out.
Okay. Okay.
Like the wife and him, like she texted him, and it would just
Oh.
come through as a text because they were like estranged after it happens, which is just sad.
That's what they say. What happened?
Yeah, so I would kind of slash it. Yeah.
Did it get you in the Christmas mood?
No.
It just happens to be set during Christmas time.
Yeah, it happens like it's set during Christmas, and then it's like a whole year, follows
Of
the whole
him
year of him
training.
training and stuff, and deciding to do this, and
Does
then
he get
it's
like
Christmas
super
time
ripped?
again. Yeah. I
Okay.
guess.
Is there anybody else notable in it besides Kid Cudi?
I mean, the main guy, he's been in quite a bit.
Okay. Who is
Forgot
he?
his name.
Okay.
Joel Kinnaman or something like that.
What else has he been
Joe
in?
Kinnaman or something. He was in like the Suicide Squad
Oh, okay, okay.
movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have fun with it, Elliot, or no? We're just gonna slash
It was just
him?
like me and Jared watched it. We were just making fun of it
Oh.
together. So
I think that is strange that nobody speaks in it because it's like
yeah, it's interesting,
yeah,
and it honestly didn't take away. Like I wasn't like.
someone say
I mean,
something.
a few times I was like, they really haven't spoken.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, they really still have not spoken.
Yeah.
But it didn't. Like I didn't really think about it.
Okay, that's good.
So.
I'm just imagining like like, but it's not like that.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine letting silence happen in my
Yeah.
vicinity. I'm like, I have to talk.
I have to be a chattering.
Yeah.
Chatter,
if I
chatter.
lost my ability to speak, I'd be typing like a madman. Like,
Why do you write like you're running out of time?
yeah, so me. Okay, I have another book.
Okay.
It's called.
It's cute.
You'd Look Better as a Ghost by
Oh,
Joanne
yes.
Wallace. Have you heard of this one?
You talked about it last week.
That I finished it?
No, you had slayed it so far.
Oh, okay.
So now
I forgot about that. Yeah. I'll go ahead and finish since I slay it. Yeah, if you
Good.
did finish it, I slay it. Yes, and I think you would like it. Thanks for remembering that I talked about this.
You're welcome.
Because I would have just told y'all everything about it again.
Again.
Okay, well, don't count that one because I have a movie.
Okay.
I watched The Witch.
The Witch
I sure did.
and
The
the thoughts.
I think it was really good. Some things I was like, man, this is so relatable to me. And it was a little unfortunate, but I don't know what I thought it was going to be because I didn't really have any. I just remember the commercials coming on in like 2015 and being like, well, I'm gonna go hide now. Like, I'm not gonna look at that at all. It
Look
was
at
a
you now.
lot less like freaky and more like watching this family like go crazy a little bit, and then
Right.
you finally figure out what happens at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It was part of the movie club.
Oh yeah.
And it was for my birthday theme,
oh.
which I picked mad women.
Mm-hmm.
So women that are often looked at as crazy.
Yeah.
Some like good for her movies.
Yeah.
So I submitted The Witch and it won, and we watched it. And yeah, it was like, it really got me in the mood to like read some more New English folk tales.
Yeah. You should ask the lady about the occult.
Yeah. Should have been like, hey, you got anything about witches? You got anything about New England witches?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually not like a genre that I really gravitate towards. Like, I guess it's because it's just so old. I guess, like,
yeah.
I'm like, like, who knows? They were abusing Native Americans. They deserved it.
Right,
anyway,
right,
so, but it made me more interested in it, especially since it's, like, based off of tales and writings and stuff. And Robert, what's his name? Eggert, whatever. I'm not a movie buff, guys.
Yeah, we're not movie buffs. We just like them.
Yeah, we just like them. We did have to put on the subtitles because he makes them speak, like, period appropriate and everything.
Yeah, I watched it a long time ago. I hardly remember anything about it.
Understand a word they said.
I remember them getting locked in a barn or something.
Yeah. I was cracking up because they called them, like, little minions or something. And then the whole rest of the movie, I would just say what they were saying, but, like, in a minion voice. And I was like, can you imagine this is just the minions?
It turns out, like, the minions.
Despicable Me. Yeah.
But, like, a scary looking version of them.
Yeah. I did love all the acting. That was all very good.
Yeah.
It was freaky. Still not as scary as Hereditary, though.
Still number one.
Yeah, still number one. But I slay it.
Slay. Slay. I did make Jared watch It Chapter 1.
Did he get scared?
Never seen it before. He did a lot of he didn't really get scared. Because it's, for me, it's not scary because
it's just a movie.
Very computer generated.
Yeah.
But there were a few parts where he, like, when weird things would happen, you go, what is happening?
Poor Jared.
So,
is he anxious to watch part 2?
I think he could do without, but
okay,
he'll watch it. I'll make him watch it.
You'll make him watch it.
Yeah. Because it just is like, he liked it though. He did like it. It's just good fun. Yeah. And he, like, I think it's, what's more fun about it is the relationship between the characters. I think.
Yeah.
And like
it's very Stranger Things.
Yeah. So.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
I just can't do the opening scene. Never will watch that again. Too hard.
It's very sad.
Yeah. But everything else, good time.
Good
Do you slay it again?
I slay it again.
Always. You slayed it before and you'll slay it again.
I slayed it before, I slayed it again. Slay.
Slay.
Slay that hoe.
IT1. Yay. Any more? I don't have any more.
I don't think so.
We almost saw Alien, but didn't hear great things, so we were like, we'll see it later.
Like, wait till it comes out.
Yeah.
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 Well.
Yeah.
That's our show.
That's it, guys. Bye.
What if all we did was slash and slay things? And then
it would be so quick.
It would be a very short 30-minute episode.
If even.
But would more people listen to it because it's shorter?
Episodes aren't that long.
They're not. They're really not. They're like a typical podcast.
Yeah.
Barely an hour. Sometimes
a little over an hour.
50,
sometimes 45
minutes.
Just stick around, guys.
Aww.
We're going to play a game today.
Game time.
I don't even know what to call the game.
The movie game.
The movie game.
The movie synopsis game.
The movie synopsis game.
Horror movie synopsis game.
The horror movie synopsis game. Wait, which one are we doing? The one where you have to retime? Or are we going to do the one where we describe things badly and you have to guess?
I think we should time because I don't know if I could think quick enough to, like, think of something clever enough to make it bad. You know what I mean?
Okay. See, the way I would play that one would be like if I was doing a certain Disney movie or something. I'd be like, one time when I was a little girl, I was just really scared of the dark. And every single night my parents would come in and be like, are you okay? Because I'd wake up screaming. And then, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, Monsters Inc. I was starting. It would have been a long story, but I was starting with Monsters Inc. And you like tell it from a weird perspective.
Oh, okay.
So we don't have to do that one because that one does take a lot of.
Well, we have time.
Barely. We don't want these people to leave us.
I don't want them to leave.
Okay, so should I give you a movie, and you have 30 seconds to summarize it?
Like summarize the whole thing from beginning to end?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah. I'm nervous.
Let me get my timer ready.
I'll probably could do it in less.
Oh, okay.
Less than 30 seconds. Or do I have to take the whole 30? Is it like that?
No, you can.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get my whole 30 seconds on.
I'm nervous.
Not 30 hours. Not 30 minutes. Okay, 30 seconds.
I'd start a whole movie in 30 hours.
Okay. Since it's on your mind, beginning to end, It Chapter 1, go.
So there's this little boy, and his brother is sick, and so he sends like a little boat down the river, and then there's a clown in the drain, and it comes out and gets him. And then the whole movie is they want to find the little boy, so they're looking for the little boy everywhere. There's like all these friends together looking for this little boy, and they're also over time getting scared by this clown, these things that fears them. And they find out that there's this clown that like it feeds on their fear, so they go down to the sewer to try and find the clown, and they end up finding the clown.
We got the gist.
They end up finding the clown.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
We'll count it. You win. Yay, point for you.
Thank you.
Woo, ding. Okay, now my turn.
Okay.
My turn. I don't know how to restart it. Oh, just do that one. 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, since it's on your mind and you just watched it. Vavitch.
Okay.
Ready? Set. Go.
Okay, there's this family and they leave their plantation, wherever the Pilgrims are from. They leave because they're outcasts because they believe something different than the Christian whatever. And they go and they build their house on this piece of land, and things start happening and the children start getting captured, and they are like, oh God, you have cursed us. Their kids die. And then the oldest daughter's like, the twins are witches. And the dad's like, I'm going to lock y'all all with this witch. And then the two twins... I almost spoiled it anyway. Oopsies.
Oopsies.
I got almost to the end.
Yeah.
Almost to the main fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
We're doing pretty good.
I think so.
We're almost making it. And this is our first time, so maybe we'll get even better.
Yeah, we just got to know what to paraphrase.
Now I know what 30 seconds feels like.
Yeah.
Let me think of one for you. Okay. Do long legs.
Oh, God. I don't even know what
I
happened.
was trying to think of one that you were not paying attention during.
So I was scared I was going to die
Yes.
the whole time.
3,
Oh, God.
2, 1.
There's this... Oh, do it?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
I'll start over.
again.
3, 2, 1.
There's this girl, and she's like... They think she's clairvoyant, but she's really not. Because there's a serial killer that's been, like, killing families, like, through this doll. And so they capture the guy, and he's like singing happy birthday, and then he kills himself. And then she talks to her mom, and her mom is crazy, and her mom's actually been working for him and giving these dolls to people that go in and kill themselves because he's the devil. And then she kills her mom.
You had it with 3 seconds to spare. I don't
think it made
I don't
any
think
sense.
we knew what it was about, but you got through it. You got through the beginning. You introduced all the characters.
Honestly, that was kind of how the movie was.
That was kind of how the movie was, and you introduced all the characters.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Okay, my turn.
Okay. Okay. Ready?
No.
Okay. Ready? Midsommar.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Ready, set, go.
So there's this girl, and she's mourning the loss of her parents and her sister, and then she decides to go to Sweden with her boyfriend, who's actually the worst, and they do shrooms, and then this cult is like, come stay with us, and she's like, okay, and then weird stuff starts happening, and they drink period blood, and then somebody jumps off a cliff, and then at the end, she's like, fuck this guy, and burns him alive, and then becomes the May Queen.
Dang. That was good.
Really?
That was.
Did we understand what happened?
You had 7 seconds left. So, yeah, I feel like that was a really good...
I didn't mention the shrooms.
You did mention the shrooms. You mentioned jumping off cliffs. You mentioned,
mentioned
period
all
blood.
of
You didn't
the
mention the reason for the period blood, which was like...
What was the reason?
A spell.
Oh, right. Bad boy.
Bad boy.
I forgot about that. Bad guy.
Bad boy. But, like, okay, see, this is one we've always discussed. He was under a spell. So I don't feel like he was the worst, okay?
Yeah.
But for that particular thing, that was, like, the last straw for her, right? That made her, like, go crazy. But he was literally in her spell, and it was almost, like, a little bit like sexual assault because...
Oh, yeah. He was definitely...
He was, like, coerced.
R-worded.
Yeah.
But I think that the girls were like, we need to free this girl. Like, we need to show her.
True.
And this is the only way it'll work for her to get out of this. That he is the worst. She needs to see him in this context. And did he, like, even fight the curse, really? No. And he was making eyes with girls the whole time, too. Don't be on the man's side, Alyssa. That's embarrassing of you.
I'm not. All I'm saying is from that, like...
Yeah, he was
didn't
definitely
actually cheat on her. Like, I mean, because
knowingly,
he was under spell.
Yeah, he was under spell.
He's still a jerk, and he...
is the worst, yeah.
He's the worst, but... Anyways.
I hated him. Personally?
I hated him.
Hated the guy.
Hated the guy.
Hated the guy. That scared me. What was that?
That was scary. What was that?
What was that? I didn't mean to say it like that. Oh, what's that?
What's that?
What was that? Okay, let me think of one for you. Another one.
And another one.
Okay, I would.
Uh-oh.
You're not gonna be able to do that. Okay, wait. Skinamarink.
Okay.
This might take 5 seconds, honestly.
Literally.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
There's a family and their parents disappear and the doors and windows all disappear to this house, and there's all these like little children's toys, and then the children get stabbed and tries to call the police, and then there's like a blob that looks like a face or an old woman, and then you don't really know what happens, and then there's a house and it zooms out and it's really dark the whole time, and it's really just pictures, but we thought it would be more than that, and it was really dumb but scary.
With 3 seconds to spare again. Woo! And also, you remembered more than I did. I forgot about that old lady blob.
The old lady blob. Looked like a potato blob. Or a old lady.
The potato, old lady, old man blob.
Yeah.
And the stabbing.
Yeah.
Gross.
Gross.
Grody. You want for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let me think. Let me think of a good movie for you. I wonder if you'll remember.
I did you dirty twice in a row, so you can do me dirty.
Aliens.
Oh, crap.
Ready?
Oh, crap. This is going to be embarrassing. Okay.
Go.
For some reason, I forgot how they got to this planet, but Ripley got to another spaceship area, and there was another guy with her for some reason. I don't know how he got there. And then she finds this little girl who has really ratty hair, and she's like, your name's Newt now. And then they find baby aliens, and the mama alien's like, don't mess with my babies. And then Ripley's like, don't mess with my baby. And then they fight off against the mommy alien, and then that's all I remember.
All right. Good job.
I just don't remember how they got there or the context within anything, and then they just
she was like floating through space,
right?
And then she came to a station.
Oh, okay.
And then they were like, "Hey, there's these." They like rescued her.
Oh, okay.
And then they were like, "Hey, there's this like group of settlers we haven't heard from, or colonists we haven't heard from, and we're gonna send you there." I think.
Which, like, okay, girl. Listen, I already had some trauma. Everybody I love died.
Right?
Why are you going to make me do all this?
Oh, why you make me do this?
Girl, why you make me do this? One more each?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think it ran. Okay. Trying to think of a long one. Okay. Like a 3-hour long. Okay, I'll do one easy for you. Okay. But since it's the final round, I feel like we need to do like written link, like have an extra challenge since it's the final round. You need to find a way to name every single character.
Every single character that I can remember, because I'm gonna remember every character.
Sure. I feel like you will for this one though.
Okay.
It's The Descent. Okay.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember all the characters' names.
I'm just like looking at you like, are you lying to me?
I remember 3 characters' names. That's it.
Better try and remember the other.
I don't remember.
Okay, the 3 that you remember, you have to get their names in, because we haven't been naming names.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You remember?
True.
Ready?
Yes.
And go.
There's a lady named Sarah, and her family gets killed, and so she goes on this trip with her friends. She has a friend Juno and her sister Beth. and they go down into this cave, and then they get lost in the cave. They get caved in. And while they're down there, there's these creatures that are like these bat creatures, and they eat humans, and they try to get out. But she finds out that actually Juno slept with her husband and then killed her sister Beth. So she stabs Juno in the legs, and she crawls out and sets everything on fire, and she gets out.
Right on time. Oh, did you hear the timer?
I did.
Good job, and you named the characters.
That was hard. I didn't name. There's like two.
Well, they perish pretty early on, so they don't matter.
There's 3 other characters that die.
Anne? No, I don't know.
I really don't remember.
I'm thinking of some.
I remember Sarah, Beth, and Juno. That's it.
I'm sure one's a Rachel. Sure, there has to be a Rachel in there.
Maybe.
There's got to be a Rachel. In every girl group, there's a Rachel.
It's always a Rachel.
What was that?
He dropped the soap.
Sounded like a gunshot.
It was a soap drop.
A soap drop. Gotcha.
Uh-oh. Help.
What?
Cut me off. Okay. Okay, I have to think of a movie that you can name all the characters.
Or you can think of a different challenge for me.
Oh, true. Okay, for this challenge, you have to also name a subplot.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Probably should have thought of the movie first.
Okay. One that has a subplot.
Right. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on.
Think.
Help. I can't think of a movie.
Okay.
The only one I can think of is like, I guess there's, I don't know if there's a subplot of this. I guess there's kind of a subplot. Okay, it messed up again.
Oh my gosh, I'm just tell everybody my password.
Might as well. Okay. Halloween. Ready? Set,
okay.
Go.
So there's this young girl who's just like 16. She's like babysitting age, and she's like nerdy and different, and like no boy likes her because she's nerdy and different. And it's Jamie Lee Curtis, and she is babysitting on Halloween because none of her friends wanted to hang out with her because they don't have boyfriends. And that's the subplot, is that she's just really looking for friendship and love in this trying time of being a high schooler, and she's coming of age. Anyway, Michael Myers tries to kill her and all the kids, and she beats him, but not really because he's alive in the end. The end. Yay!
You did it. You focused only on the subplot, mostly.
Yeah.
So good job.
But I mean, like, that's the more complex one anyway.
Right. It's true.
Because
very true.
Just trying to be killed
Trying to be killed
is not. I guess maybe the other subplot would have been like Michael Myers' journey from madness.
I guess.
I suppose. That was fun.
That's fun. I have some Reddit type posts.
Throwback
guys, when we used to do this, which we haven't done it in forever.
Because we wanted y'all to send us your scary stories.
No one did.
Your scary stories.
A
few people did. I've had this bump in the back of my hair the whole day. That's awesome. From my ponytail.
Oh, I love that for you.
So embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
I'm going to get fired for being ugly.
Yeah.
Hey, Emily, can you come in here for a minute? Yeah, what's up? You're so ugly, you're
ugly.
fired.
I'm sorry.
It's because that bump in the back of your head? Hideous. Get out of here. Embarrassing.
So this is from the Ask Reddit. What's something you've witnessed that you still can't explain? Okay. Do you want to hear some of these?
Yeah. Then can we answer it ourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
I once found 3 burnt matches on my kitchen counter. I lived alone and had never lit a match in my entire life and did not own any matches.
Oh, I would scream. Would I even notice that, though? I'd be like, dirty. And like,
I would notice matches, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd
be like, weird when I put those there. I just gaslight myself.
I feel like this one can very much relate to me and Jared. Tore my apartment up searching for the Roku remote.
Just to find out it was in Emily's butt. Inside joke, guys, sorry.
Gave up, found my old Roku remote, figured out how to connect it to the new Roku. Next morning, woke up 2 Roku remotes sitting side by side on the sofa cushion. That stuff to me is like Frogger stuff. You know, like the matches and that. It's like Frogger. like Frogger, you know.
I also feel like I just chalk that up to like, oh, glitch in my matrix.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to think about it. You know what I mean? Like, once that happened, like, because one time, well, I won't say it because I'll tell it later. But yeah, that's freaky. But I also feel like I could have overlooked it easily.
Right. Okay, here's a little bit of a longer one. One night, my husband and I decided to try a nice restaurant at the mall.
Oh, at the mall?
At the mall.
Was it Rainforest Cafe?
Right. We had a great time, but on our way home, we were nearly hit by a car. It came so close to hitting us that we both felt shaken afterward. The next day, we were talking to some friends about the restaurant. My husband and I are new to town, while our friends have lived here all their lives. As we mentioned the restaurant, our friends gave us puzzled looks. They told us that the restaurant we described has never been at the mall. It's only ever been located downtown, about 20 minutes away. Curious, we went back to the mall the following day, but couldn't find the restaurant anywhere. We did some research and discovered that the restaurant has only ever had one location, and it's always been downtown, never anywhere else. Every time I think about that night, I get an eerie, uncanny feeling and have to stop.
That's scary.
Spooky.
What would you do?
I would...
Like, if that was...
I don't know.
I'd be like, oh, well.
Oh, well, I mean, what can you do?
End my life.
End it.
End it all. That's so scary. Like, the car is like, you know, you can't even argue that they didn't remember it correctly because they have, like, that
right
anchoring memory of, like, we went to the mall. And I don't think you, like, if it's anywhere like our place, there's no way you could mistaken the mall for downtown.
Right. Usually the mall is not downtown.
No.
In any place, so.
But they should have known nice restaurant will not be at the mall. That's Rainforest Cafe, probably a Chinese restaurant, and a Sparrow.
Right.
What if it was a Sparrow? And they were like...
Maybe.
What if it was a pop-up?
I wonder if it was like, you know, there are, like, in, like, Dallas area at the mall, there are, like, it's like a Carrabba's. Like,
right.
There's a BJ's. It's like, it's
a
in the mall.
Factory.
It's in the mall, like...
part
of the mall.
Yeah.
In the mall, but it's, like...
On the property.
Yeah.
Like ours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, maybe it was like that.
Okay. Yeah,
still,
yeah.
Weird that they went there.
Maybe they just forgot the name.
Maybe they were drunk.
I'm trying to...
Maybe they're high off their ass.
Maybe.
They didn't mention that. I mean...
I wouldn't either.
Unreliable narrator, maybe?
Frida McFadden, we have a book for you.
Frida McFadden.
Do we have a book for you?
Actually, that sounds like one of her book plots.
Already? It's already out?
Honestly, yeah.
Oh.
No, just, I mean, like,
in general.
Yeah.
And they would have me intrigued, and then I'd be like, well, I'm not going to believe a word that anybody says.
Exactly. And they were just high off their ass the whole time.
And they were just high off their ass the whole time.
Yeah.
Is there another one?
Might be one more.
One more?
I can hit you with... Oh, didn't mean to turn it off.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't mean to turn it off.
I feel like mine, unexplainable stuff is not as detailed.
Yeah, I don't... Okay, I haven't read this one, so I don't know if it'll be good or not.
Okay. Disclaimer.
One time when we were kids, my brother and I were at a local playground with our two friends who are sisters. This playground was basically just one of those gigantic open metal sides, and then grassland and some brick wall enclosure things with flowers and bushes on top, probably to keep the kids safe from passing cars or whatever. Anyway, we went pretty much every day because our friends lived nearby, and this one time we were there and we were all standing at the top of the grassy hill waiting for our turn to go down the slide or playing Power Rangers or something, and I swear to God there was this jingling sound.
Oh, hell
right down at the bottom there was this round thing floating down from the sky. It looked like a glowing ball, looked to be about a tennis ball size, maybe slightly smaller. It landed in one of the flower beds in the raised wall enclosures. We all looked at each other and legged it down to the slope to investigate. We never found it. To this day, we all remember it vividly. One of the sisters is very skeptical about everything, and when we brought it back up recently, she even said, "Oh wow, I thought I had dreamed that."
Ooh. So were they in the Hunger Games and they just didn't get their little gift?
It was like ding. It was like
that's what I imagined. I was like, oh, the Hunger Games little gift.
Yeah, I guess it just was dissolved into the earth.
You know what word I've been trying to think of for like half a day? What are they called? A blimp. That's the word. I finally thought about it.
All you need to do is be in my presence.
Blimp. I kept calling it a Zamboni, but that's not correct. Zamboni is the ice thing.
Yeah.
A blimp.
A blimp.
I remember now. You can ride in those, right?
I think so.
Oh, nice. What's your unexplainable thing? I just thought about that because it was floating in the sky. And I was like, a blimp.
It was a blimp the size of a tennis ball. Explain an unexplainable thing. I mean, that time that I walked out on my porch one morning on my way to work, and there was a red, rusty, like, spot of blood on my table.
If you're a long-time listener, you'll remember when this happened.
Because I talked about it on the podcast.
Yes.
It was there when I walked out.
Unexplained.
And it's unexplained. Like, it was not there the night before. I know it wasn't. I wouldn't, because it's the first thing I saw when I walked out.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, it was definitely blood. I don't know what else it would have been.
No.
So I still have no clue where that came from.
And there was no, like, tracks or anything. Like,
no tracks, nothing on the ceiling that would have.
There was only one
down.
spot.
It was one and like a little tiny other one.
Yeah.
So
Scary.
weird and creepy.
Yeah. My unexplainable thing, I think I've talked about it too, was the lights that I saw that one time that I thought.
The alien?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were alien lights or something. They followed my car. I was in the back seat and nobody else could see them for some reason. And it wasn't just me. That freaked me out. And I also, like, little small glitches in my matrix. Like, one time I have a purse that has, like, 3 compartments. And I opened one compartment and I saw, like, my charger. It's, like, my one charger. Then I opened the next one and I saw it again. And I was like, And I can't, like, explain that.
Yeah.
Like, even though that's that small, and it's like, oh, maybe you had 2 chargers. Like, no, I didn't.
Right.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's like me often with the lights. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember the lights being off, and then when I woke up, they were on.
Yeah, the light fiasco of 2024.
But it's like I have to have turned it off.
Right?
Or had did I?
Right?
That's the whole mystery, I guess.
Mwahaha. Tell us your unexplained stories.
Yeah, guys. Let us know if you've had any crazy things happen to you.
Those were fun, though. Like, I think they're better than the scary stories.
I think so, too.
Because it's like, there's nothing.
It's
you
like,
can't really, like,
weird.
think that that's... It's hard to make up something like that.
Yeah.
Like, even the most outlandish, you're like, those people probably genuinely believe that. Like, even if it is explainable.
Even if,
they probably genuinely believe it.
They don't have the explanation for themselves, so we don't either. And there we go. Well, guys, we made it through another episode. Believe it or not.
Woo!
Whoop.
Let us know what you want to hear on the podcast. Let us know your unexplainable stories. Let us know your scary stories. And you can follow us on Instagram at slashandslaypod. You can tell us your stories there. You can send us an email at slashandslaypod@gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok at slashandslaypod at tiktok.com at slashandslaypod. And I think next week, are we going to do a Nicolas Cage episode? Maybe?
Already?
Well, it's not September yet, is it?
No.
It's still another August.
It's still August.
Another one.
Yeah.
So, never mind, guys.
Never mind. Next week won't be Nicolas Cage.
Stay tuned for something exciting and spooky. And slay.
Slay and slay.
Slay and
Slaytastic.
slay. No slashes here.
No slashes here.
No slashes here.
Well,
okay.
we love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.